Well, hey, welcome everybody. My name is Hercules MWP, and I am joined by Neptune. And we have the Charlotte Fury versus the Little Noms. Should be a very well contested match between both really good teams. As we start off picks and bands here, we have a Morgan Le Fay. I keep wanting to call her Morgana, followed by Odin, Tiamat, and Soul. Excuse me while I'm also eating lunch. Hold on a second. Mark X Wings is posting in free agent chat. If somebody can sub as the jungler, I think there's something going on right now. I'm not 100% sure. It's for game 2 in worst case. Okay. Okay, well, I might be subbing for game 2. Worst case scenario. Atticus and Castro said one of our players has a potato as a router, so they are restarting. It'll give me more time to pull up Twitch here. Okay, and that'll give me enough time to step away for just a minute here. Okay, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. But yes, everybody in the chat, as I see some of y'all getting back to it. Everybody in this league or I should say, every team in this league now has now has a command in the chat that they can use for today. Use exclamation point Lil Noms and exclamation mark. I'm sorry. The Charlotte Fury, or it might be just Charlotte Fury. You try either one, and you will pull up both team rosters. If you need a link to the QSL Discord, type in exclamation mark Discord. And if you need one to the community
Warriors,
chat, where we just want to hang out over non-spike
Another
stuff,
performance already.
do
I guess they can't get
exclamation
enough
mark
of me.
community.
I love gold.
And as we get going to pick
Wisdom shall be my shield.
We get through all 6 bands this time, an Artemis and a Gilgamesh to finish it off. We do have an Apollo on her, actually an Apollo Osiris on for the Lil Noms, and on the other side we do have an on her Fafnir and Athena, and Pabs will lock him for himself the Terra. Pabs
Feel my blessing.
Definitely big onto this Terra pick. As we go into the next second phase of picks and bands, one of the biggest bands I think you could definitely make here was in this Scylla. So along with this Giannis and Raijin, you definitely don't want to give your big mid laners some big picks. But one thing that Big Bops is well known for in the mid lane is his Thoth play. I'll definitely be expecting him to pick it up in the mid lane here if he's absolutely wanting to. Because Zero, I believe, will be in the jungle this game, as Big Bops will be playing mid. Got anything for me, Nut?
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, with Josh the landlord picking up Merlin, definitely out of all the strong mid laners that could be picked up, Merlin is definitely one of those really good mid laners, but will require a lot of CDR to make sure he's got that escape flicker to get away from this big dive that the Charlotte Fury does have, and Agni will be going into this mid lane, as Vamana I've been seeing has been making its return into Smite lately.
Even gods must heed the scales of fate.
SPL here and there, and also been seeing it also in the majors where Boom have picked it up last set. Definitely still consider it a strong pick, but definitely will need to make sure that he's conscious of the other team possibly pulling out a curse donk and a sunder in there somewhere to deny a lot of that healing. Hey, Nep, there's a say my volume's really low. If you can bump me up a little bit. And let's see. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the predictions up and going as quick as I needed to, because I didn't think I would need to pull it up. But definitely let me know in the chat, who do you got this game? Is it going to be the Charlotte Fury? Is it going to be the Lil Noms? Who do you think is going to take this one? There we go. Prediction is up. Get your predictions in. Give it to me, guys. Spend those points, earn those points.
Minions have spawned.
Here we go. Here we go to start this game off. We do have Atticus in the solo lane. Then we got the actually we have Big Bops is actually jungling on the Athena. Definitely a surprise here, and we're definitely going to be seeing how this game is going to be turning out for these two teams, as Tubby Followers is going to be in the solo lane. Let me eat Yanis in the jungle. Josh the Landlord in mid. Pabs in the support role, and Dual Peg Leg to finish it off in the carry.
I challenge you.
And first blood will go to Atticus, as he picks off Tubby Followers, and Tubby Followers is going to make his way back to lane. That is going to be a very good start for this Charlotte Fury team. Atticus is a super strong solo laner. Definitely going to be a well contested lane for this match. Josh the Landlord and Let Me Eat Yanis are one of the better mid junglers in this league for minors right now, which is definitely going to be something to go. Definitely going to be something to look at, as that was a really good stun by this Fafnir, as the Terra is looking to dash and get that double stun on her and Faf. Great stuff. And we got go back into our boxing match in this solo So, Lane, looking at builds, we both have a fighter's mask coming out from Vamana and Osiris, and I cannot wait until this is nerfed. We have 3 benevolences from Terra, Apollo, and Merlin. Just absolutely, gosh, I hate it so much. Like, that should not be a thing.
I challenge
Should
you.
not be a thing. And not too but much action going on. We're still farming up a good bit, and just not a whole lot going on. We do have an engagement over towards the prologue. There's a 4-man rotation on to Pabs, and he is going to be taken down, finished off by zero. Agni is backing it up, and that is going to be now 2-0 for Charlotte Fury. Yeah, when now that the little Noms know that they were all 4 over there, Nem and Josh Allen are going into the solo set side of the jungle, clear out those camps, deny that farm, and they are going to get just a little bit of a return on that XP and gold lost there.
Ignite! Fuel for the fire! Activate!
So, Neb, what do you think so far?
Augments! Activate! Don't fall behind! Augments! Activate!
Very well. Yeah, as we get into the spot, about 6 minute marker, we do have about maybe about a half a level lead in the solo. We're basically even everywhere else. Solo is up by maybe a half a level. Nem will come out for that, as Vamana and Athena will come out, but it won't make a difference. Atticus gets picked off by a 3-man gank. And that will be Osiris. Nem ult, Osiris ult, and Osiris Sunder for that matter. There's definitely one thing you have to be really wary of. If you're going fighter's mask, you are not the tankiest person in the world. With Vamana also again picking up benevolence, and Apollo ult is going into the air, as well as Unhurled gets used, and he is going to escape with his life. Nem looks like he's coming over here for a gank. There is a 3-man rotation. Looking at this purple buff, they're going to back it off. Nothing is there for them. But they are in the vicinity. Nemesis and Terra might have to be careful. That is a double stun, and it won't be a big issue. No harm, no foul.
Ignite!
Anyway, guys, basically this XP and goal lead is basically negligible, as Red Sniper would like to say it, and just that not much of a leak coming about both teams are still playing it pretty safe. As that there is an engagement over at the Gold Fury. Athena is caught out real bad, and Desert Fury comes out to try to pick up the Nemesis, but Honor is in trouble with a really good impale, giving himself some real good peel, and not too much is going to come out of that, other than Big Bop's seeing a little bit of gray screen, and now a purple buff invade, as well as Famana invading the other side back camps. Apollo trying to go into the air, will not quite make it. And Vamana is low towards the back. He's gonna have to use his ult to make sure he survives, but he's not he's not going to make it out of this alive, as two more show up, Merlin and Osiris. Make sure that Noms survives, and the Charlotte Fury make it over to the opposing purple buff. Not gonna find it, and we are back to farming.
Stop them, will ya?
It's gonna the first Draugr going to the Charlotte Fury. Definitely one of those interesting buffs that ended up coming into season 8. Season 8, I would really like to see the numbers on like how much does getting that buff actually give you value. It's good golden XP, so you can't really argue against it. But how much is it helping you with your siege defense? And here's something else. I wonder, like, does it pair? Like, could you stack it with Emperor's armor and your Phoenixes and towers just start doing so much more for you? It's a good taunt, comes from the Athena, but no, not quite enough follow up. Is going to see that Osiris down. Agni will steal a blue buff. 3 people are on the solo side, as now 4 people are gathering onto this Gold Fury. And it looks like it's going to be very well uncontested. They are going to burn it down, and they are going to get the freest of Gold Furies, and the first mediocre XP and gold lead goes towards the Lil Noms. And Telly will end up picking up his first kill as really good bounce back from that Gold Fury. Great stuff coming from Telly, as he is a very strong carry for this league. I am still not happy that we're seeing 3 benevolences. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 benevolences in this game. Like this is absolutely ridiculous. If you guys have not heard, benevolence is getting a nerf, which is definitely going to incentivize that was going to incentivize that it is a support pickup. Beads coming out on her, and it is not going to be enough as the slows from Nemesis is going to catch up with Telly, and he goes down for the 8th kill of this game.
Turn and fight. Soldiers assemble.
Yeah, there's a three-man gang on the soul limb. Really good engagement on the Osiris. Cursed is going to come out. They will get the tier 2 tower. It is a 4v2 advantage, and good Agni bombs coming out onto Josh the landlord is going to get him. It's going to get him, and that should be a good. This should be a pyro call. Okay, coming from the Charlotte Fury. Athena ult comes out too. I don't know if that was absolutely necessary, but you know what? You make your own decisions. Your own decisions. If you think it's worth it, definitely be my guest.
Turn and fight.
This has been turning into a little bit of a back and forth game. As we go into almost the 15-minute marker, the gold lead, even with the Gold Fury, first Gold Fury being taken by the first Gold Fury being taken by the Lil Noms, the Charlotte Fury is definitely come back to show that they're not out of this, and they went ahead, got some kills, take the lead, get a tower, get a pyro, and keep on playing this game.
Ascend! Seek out our
I challenge you. Soldiers assemble.
As the Charlotte Fury comes onto the second Gold Fury, it is primal right now, and the Aggie bombs will secure this, but Terra ult will come out, and it's going to be a very good engage coming from Lil Noms, and
I challenge you.
and I'm gonna say it's almost worth if they can get out of this game, out of this engagement, that they can make it worth. But Athena and Vamana are super low, and that is a double kill, and that is a 4 for Gold Fury exchange. They're going to march themselves probably to this mid tower. They can't quite take Fire Giant right now, but it's not the biggest worry in the world, as the XP and gold difference will even out back towards the Lil Noms.
augments! Activate!
everything. As this XP and gold difference has definitely shifted in the way of little noms. We're definitely looking at the next fire giant. We have a big grouping over here at the pyro fire. More than likely setting up for it, and that's a really good setup onto this Terra. Really good poke. It's got to put her down to 80%, and the solo kill coming out from dual peg leg. Dual peg leg. That is going to be a good advantage for the Lil Noms. They need to start looking to take a fight. Apollo has an ult in case he needs to use it. He is backing because he has no health, and I would not doubt it if he's looking to ult in. And Apollo is ulting in, and Terra ult is popped. That is a kill for Tubby followers. Fafnir is in his ult. Apollo lands inside the tower, gets body blocked by minions, and the mana gets taken down as well, and they are going to definitely see themselves to this fire giant, and it will be very uncontested. They should be able to melt this down nice and quick. Back up, spend gold, take Pyromancer, pack up, spend gold, and they extend their lead to 6K and their XP to almost 9.5K.
Alright, so we have a major lull in here as we see everyone backing to buy their items, get their builds
Don't
starting to be
fall behind!
The Benevolence probably will be sold on a Apollo for an item, maybe get some more stacks on his Silver Branch bow that is finally built.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do see that Merlin, as I hate them, I'm not the biggest fan of Benevolence on Merlin. You give up a starter item there for that Benevolence, which doesn't really do
Augments! Activate!
I definitely agree on that. Like, I've always been a big believer in the sands of time. I really don't think going Benevolence is still the call that you would make over that, because at this point in time, he only has 20% cooldown. I think it is. He has 10% on the Spirit of Death, and 10% on the Soul Gem. Yeah, if he had a Sands of Time, he'd have 30% cooldown right now, and with an upgraded, dang near for 40%. I really like. I get the XP and gold spewing, and just I get it. I just really don't think it's that good of a issue. But that is going to be a kill for Paps on the big Pops. Osiris is low. Apollo is low. And so far, a pretty good defense from the Charlotte Crew. But they got to back it up maybe. But that will be a kill for zero. That is a super good defense for the Charlotte Fury.
And if you didn't notice earlier in that fight, the Vamana actually was proxying the wave by the Phoenix, so it kind of allowed some free tower poke there as he backed for that Phoenix defense.
Definitely, I definitely see that there. It makes you wonder though, like with this 8K, 8.5K gold difference in this huge XP lead, definitely some miscommunication from Lil Noms if they're gonna want to see Siege again. That they're gonna have to figure out where the disconnect is.
That is for sure. And like, you knew the Vamana was not a non-factor in that fight, so maybe press a little harder, press a little further in that fight when you know it's a 4v5, and you can win a 4v5 handily with your team comp right now.
Exactly. I agree on that. Agree on that very much. But definitely a good engagement from the Fury to defend their Phoenix, as now Vamana has got his animosity online. It looks like he's probably going into either that spirit robe or mantle. Could definitely easily go into either, as Josh the Landlord gets a kill on the Big Pops and gives about 50 seconds worth of gray screen. And Yellowgen is out on his own, as he will be picked out also, and now that is a 5v3 advantage, and this should be a much easier siege if they want to go for it. But it also definitely looks like Fire Giants coming back up, so definitely could be just setting up for Fire again. Force the fight there if the Fury wants to contest, which could be a trap.
They're definitely going to bait out the fight here and then go for the Fire Giant. You know, make sure you got the team wipe so you know they can't steal. Go for the safer call here instead of trying to get the Fire Giant, because you have a Bomb, you have Vamana who can just walk in. But it does look like they're not going to be able to do it fast enough here, as it is just shredded, and Osiris doing his job of zoning off the enemy team.
Yeah, but just unfortunately, when you got a Nem, a Merlin, and a Apollo, there's just not much hope for you to steal away with that Fire Giant, even with Agni bombs.
Yeah.
And just a very tough situation, and even more so when you legitimately can't even step up to the Fire Giant. Otherwise, you get picked off.
Yeah, definitely gotta be wary of the team comp they're going with, because they do have their Osiris. So if you get in the zone of the Osiris and he pops, I believe it's his tethers, he will stun you after, I think, like 3 seconds, or is it 2 seconds of being within him?
One thing I do like from the Lil Noms here, they have completely invested in taking out this Vamana with 2 Sunders upgraded and 2 upgraded Ankhs.
Well, you know, you saw the Vamana pit. You got the solution.
A monument to my opulence.
Wow, that's some big poke on the Merlin. But with having Fire Giant up, he will be back to full health in no time, as Lil Noms will get themselves a Primal Fury, extend that gold lead to 13k, extend that XP lead to 17. They will march it up down dual lane again, and they are going to try this one again.
Yeah, they know Vamana's here now, and they know he's not split pushing up their right lane this time. They also have 2 Animosities and a Mannequin Hidden Blade. Now, I like Mannequin Hidden Blade. I enjoy the item a lot, especially on Assassins.
Oh, I definitely agree. It is a big hitting item. As Apollo gets really low in the back, it's a decent engage from Lil Noms. Vamana is diving his brains out, and they are not quite shredding him enough, as it is another good defense from the Charlotte Fury, and that is so far a 2-for-1. They want to get this Terra. Tele is coming in, misses the impale. Desert Fury along with it, and that is a double kill for the Lil Noms. Makes it a 3-for-3 trade, and all for 1 Phoenix.
Someone get me a point.
I would call that worth at last.
I do think it's more worth for the Fury, because if you look at the picks the Fury have compared to the Little Noms, the Fury got the solo laner, the jungler, or no, the Little Noms got the solo, the jungle, and the mid. Compared to you picked off your jungle, the mid, and the ADC. So all you have is the tanks. Though Osiris will hurt with slapping you with an animosity. Not to disrespect Osiris, but he's more he will eat the damage instead of dishing it back.
Definitely. We do have a different build kit coming out of Telly in the Honor. He has gone the crit route with Titan's Bane, and in favor of that, Tubby Fowler has opted to go Spectral, so he can make the better dive for his team.
Yep, and honestly, like, crit meta is still best meta because crit RNG.
Crit will always be good. Can't tell me otherwise.
Crit, like, even with a Spectral, crit still hurts somehow. And it's very confusing. You'll be like, I have this item, and be fully maxed out on protections, and you'll still get one shot by a crit hunter. You're going...
Man, so... But ironically, though, after when Shoguns and he got a frenzy, I think maybe a different solution for the Charlotte Fury, as Vamana finds himself caught out a little bit. He is going to have to. He's going to have to try to find himself out of this predicament that he is in, and he will get the kill on the Nemesis. As Apollo finds himself super low, and that is a 2-for-2 trade. And Tubby Fowler does get the Vamana finally, but Merlin's really low, and so is Terra. They're backing it up.
They may have lost 3 members, but they did stop an EFG.
They did, and that's the very big important part of this game. They don't necessarily have to set up to take the EFG. They need to stop the Little Noms from taking it. And if they can keep doing that and keep winning some good engagements, they're going to eventually find themselves back into some favoritism and get a good game in here. As speaking of which, the Little Noms have started up. They don't quite have the most damage in the world, but they do have Terra heals and a Soul Gem. They do have it at about 60%. 60%. They do have an Osiris here now. That's going to get a lot of good damage. Fafnir and Athena can come in. Both ults popped, and they're fighting over it. But the Little Noms will secure it, and now Anher and Fafnir are a little caught out, and they're going to have to be super careful.
Yep.
Osiris is poked out a little bit. Anher is falling back. Vamana is peeling for his team, and with the pillar is going to slow him down enough for Telly to get out, and they're going to have to now make an EFG defense. It's going to be a lot harder to deal with it than the regular FG defense that they did put up earlier, and we're gonna see what happens for this game, for this siege for them. As Big Bop falls very early, that's 2 big kills consecutively. Vamana is here, popping ult. Agni is getting dived real hard, as gets shredded, and that is going to be a complete wipe of the Charlotte Fury. And they will be.
But I don't think this is going to be enough.
Exactly. Yeah. Fafnir can pop ult here, but they have EFG. That all they gotta do is focus Titan, and this one is all she wrote. And that is game 1 to the Little Noms.
wins, but you know, you had your last 2 raw and it kind of slipped from your fingers.
Um, look at that Nightbot
Yeah.
in the Twitch chat, and I'm trying to figure out what message is being deleted.
Oh, it says
Like it says
piece of cake.
piece of cake. Stop spamming caps.
Yeah, it's probably an all caps piece of cake.
Hmm.
Am I needed for game number 2?
Let me check. Are you?
It's definitely a possibility because they might need me to. They might need me to play.
Let me check something real quick. I think I might have someone, so you might not have to do it. Spooky. You know, you can relax, take a nap.
Say it one more time.
I
Sorry.
said you might not need to do it.
All right. Alright.
Because I think, well, Chaos is in here, so I can just blame Chaos for everything too.
Sounds good. Guys, have a good cast.
You too. I'd go double check, and if not, then take the night off, Herc. You know.
I'm sorry.
I said, you know, if you don't got a sub and I don't even think you'll have to come back to cast.
I am checking with Mark right now.
There we go.
Yeah, I think I'm just waiting for a reply from the ape himself.
Man, I wish I could whisper at this guy, but he's on freaking Xbox.
Xbox. Yeah, I think I might have someone, so you might not even need to cast game 2, and you can just relax and do whatever you had planned for the evening.
I don't mind, gay.
can't hear you.
There we go. Now it's fixed.
There we go. I
To
will
be
now
honest-
keep my secret mid strategy
You
start
shall
to
not
myself.
pass! To my portals, that is.
Well, you going Boomba's Dagger first thing? Hint, wink, wink, people.
I'm just saying, if you go Boombas Dagger, that late game ultimate on the objective hits way harder than the alternative
Yeah.
Mages does. So like, as bad as it is, the secure element is the only redeeming factor.
Yeah, but Giannis does get picked up for, I'm a taxi driver and I'm just gonna send my team all over the place.
Giannis still hits
Positioning
hard,
is key.
though.
Yeah.
He hits hard, but he just seems to lack some of the luster that he once had.
Well, that's because
Other
he used to
mages
hit
just-
you like a freight train. Now he
Wisdom
doesn't.
shall be my shield.
Where do you think this Athena's going, in the jungle or
Jungle.
jungle?
Me booty is the
Take
best
it solo.
booty.
Build mannequins. Make me proud.
You might be, because we do have a Sobek, so that Sobek we can deduce is either going solo or support. Athena can go jungle, solo, or support. So
Or mid.
no,
Mid if you're trolling.
there's troll, and then there's that.
But they're running him back again. Like, the Athena didn't work from last game. Why risk playing it again?
The Athena did fine. I think it was just the amount of cursed, onked, and sundered that Vamana ate.
Yeah.
You can't really get past that. Also, this Yamoja. What do you guys think? Oops, wrong one.
Honestly,
Tremble
my personal
beneath
opinion,
the
Yamoja's
waves.
the best support in the game right now.
Yeah. No,
She has 10
No.
times better than Fafnir. Yay! She has a much higher skill floor than Fafnir, but a good Yamoja does things that a Fafnir will never be able to do. Fafnir's whole shtick is, I'm gonna buff people to do damage.
Yeah.
Yamoja does what all the best supports do. Displacement at the highest level.
I'd rather have Fafnir on my team, but
Much rather have a Yamoja.
Let me compensate with the pair of you. How about a Kabrakan?
but what about this Artemis
Let the
pickup?
hunt begin.
It's solid. Gives her some
Especially
CC
that
immunity to get out of the
Sobek
Cupid
Athena.
ult.
Yeah,
But her 2 also gets her out the Cupid ult as well.
Because-
Right,
yeah.
increased movement speed.
And the cleanse from the slow.
Osiris
And when
was
they
a
come when
problem.
it comes to that boxing match, Artemis is probably just gonna win that 9 times out of 10, just based off those 2 characters alone.
Well, Cupid
Yeah.
has to dash. Artemis just kind of pushes
Right, but-
buttons and kills him.
I mean, Fields of Love is a great cripple though. It's gonna stop the Athena dash. It's gonna stop the Sobek pluck.
Yeah.
It's a general slow, so if you do catch Artemis with some of her abilities down, that's still massive. So I'm seeing a lot more team fight as of right now come out of Little Noms.
Yeah, I do agree with that. But on the opposite end, we do see, I kind of like the Sobek Artemis in the laning phase just because Sobek pluck Artemis trap.
Yeah, that's super dirty. They get caught, if you get plucked into the enemy archer wave level 2, right into one of those traps, oh, that's good night.
It's like, good night, it's like RIP, you can see gray screen.
Might as well just start buying your next item.
Pretty much. I will say, though, Ascilla here. Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
So that we have deduced that it's either going solo or support at this point with that Athena.
I'm a
Make it so.
monster!
Show me the way.
The moon will purify this land.
A Cthulhu. I don't like the Cthulhu pick just because of, once he's safe inside a Yamojo, you get the tremble from the Yamojo, but once he leaves the Yamojo, he's just the biggest target on the field.
Right, he's gonna eat a lot of damage, especially since everybody's favoring that attack speed Kins build right now. It's just gonna start chunking him when he turns into that giant target.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a walking target now.
Especially once he goes ult, I feel like once you go ult, you're just putting a bigger target on your head.
Honestly, that's kind of what you want, though. The play with Cthulhu ult is to become the target, and that lets little annoying people like Tsukuyomi run around your base and do damage almost for free.
But on the opposite end of the spectrum, if you're not a Cthulhu that can manage to pull the whole team's focus onto you, you're kind of just like, dang it. Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
But I would rather
I'm
see.
pretty sure Ultimate Cthulhu can go through portals. So
Yes.
that would be a scary thing to see, is a gigantic Cthulhu come through the wall right at you.
Maybe that's the level 2 gank from Solo Lane.
But it's
Just
gonna be like Godzilla.
pretty much.
But who do you take winning this
Kaiju
game?
inbound.
Looking at the front line of this Fury is just beef.
Yeah.
It's Ymir is gonna just displace a lot of your team.
Open up the betting for game 2, my guy.
I gotta remember how. Red. Oh Red, can you open thy bidding? We need to
Yes, I will make sure everyone can do my bidding on this one.
yeah, thank you for allowing people to gamble.
Feed my addiction, please, sir. And is Little Noms the red side this time?
No, they're
No, blue.
Blue? Got you.
Yeah, here we're getting real professional now, boys.
So let's see. Game 1 was Little Noms. That one is done. I have fed those points. So game 2.
I'm going with Fury on this one.
You're going with the Charlotte Fury for this game.
Mm-hmm. Just because they've got a much beefier front line than the Noms do.
Here you go. Prediction is out.
Ooh. Okay, but
Take the trees off.
yeah, I thought they were down for a second, but I guess they weren't. I thought I repressed it. Right, so far.
So far, nobody hasn't. Wait. Why is there no items being bought? Oh, there it
they
goes.
are.
Finally.
M. Okay, M is the button that just disables everything and makes the game look much more fight orientated.
Fight Club.
That's the first rule of Fight Club. You don't tell anyone about Fight Club.
Whoa. Whoa.
How could you betray our trust like that?
Okay, so if you were Fury, what is your game plan coming into this?
I'm blink freezing and then putting an Artemis trap level 2.
And dangerous.
Yamoja hit level 2 before Cupid.
Must have got that singular minion ahead of the wave.
Alright, Ymir, let's see that blink.
No.
No, he's gonna
Lloyd,
play-
you're doing a good job of just keeping him in combat along with those archers.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen Cupid go for that heart bump stun on that lower end minion right there, but
Yeah. Oh, what's going on in mid lane? Nothing.
Giannis Portal, that's what's going on.
Giannis doing the Giannis things. Meanwhile, in the solo lane, I think we're in for probably one of the most boring solo lanes you're going to see, as two guardians sit there and slap at each other.
Slap fight. Yay, slap hands, slap hands.
Although we do see Sobek chose to go for the fighter's mask over the vamp shroud, like Cthulhu did.
Cthulhu
So
has
while
more
he hits
sustain,
initially harder, he has a lot more sustain.
Yeah. Sustain makes the biggest difference in solo lane.
That it does. I mean, Sobek does have some innate sustain with his 3 providing healing.
Yeah. Doesn't it also provide anti-heal or something?
Yes, it does.
It does. I believe it's 50% anti-heal whenever you hit.
So that Vamp Shroud really kind of loses some of its luster, especially with that against the Sobek.
If he uses it after getting hit by by the 3.
I mean, you're trying to heal by slapping minions, so I think you're using it after you're slapped.
I mean, he uses his mire. He calls down the mire. He doesn't need to be in the way for that. Good freeze coming out. Great
Good wall.
Good stun.
Oh, the trap grabs the Gamoja there, just a second behind getting the Cupid.
Oh, okay. We did see a gank.
Down goes the Cthulhu. He was getting pretty low there. Oh, beads out of the Scylla after a great gank by Tsukiyomi.
Stop building benevolence on mid lanes, please.
After Tuesday, it's gone.
It should be gone right now, but
You lose an item slot in the mid lane if you're going benevolence.
well, I mean, it's just like any other starter that you sell off afterwards. An argument could be made for the money and XP schooling. But especially at this level, it's not necessary. You're losing because you're dropping off the neutral farm, not because somebody has a benevolence on you.
Yeah. Honestly, personally, I think there's better choices than animosity. Like benevolence and then going into an animosity on your mid laner.
Right, and I've seen most of the mid laners actually end up selling it off 6 item to grab like a rod or a soul reaver.
Yeah.
But any other time,
Upgrading it, you know.
yeah, any other time that you sell it.
Did have someone tell me that Baba alt procs animosity.
If it does, it's definitely not supposed to. That Cupid dash is getting him right out of harm's way after that good freeze from Ymir. And think of it, you know how much sustain these two will have just continuously healing each other?
Yep.
It'll just be healing, you know?
Right. I mean, if I'm Fury, I'm making sure that we have some anti-heal online. I'm actually really surprised that we didn't see a Tainted Steel come out of any of these players, because late game, that's going to pay dividends.
Oh, you're 100% like, you need...
Ooh, that Scylla is very low. But Yanis doesn't have an ult.
Because he used it to go send it straight left.
Fall for it. Let's go faster, shall we?
Oh, but Athena does take that a little bit of power shot, but
Let's see you shimmy.
Her base,
nothing.
Protections are just nothing to scoff about.
Yeah.
No,
Until late game.
I do like to see solo laners prioritizing getting that totem. It gives a lot of benefits to the rest of the map and allows them to get away with a lot more.
As you see, Ymir and Artemis could have benefited from a totem.
Right.
But Artemis...
Losing a little bit of mana, but she's back to get that full cabal already. That's going to make her boxing potential skyrocket. She will win that hand over 5th if the enemy ADC doesn't pick that up right here as well.
He should pick it up. If he doesn't, then...
He's a silly boy. Can we get the damage numbers posted up?
you want damage numbers?
Yes, please.
Yes.
You can have... I was about to put damage mitigated. So back top of the charts, you know, solo lane slapfest.
Yep.
Has
Solo
to
lane
be
doing
expected
solo lane
here.
things.
It's a solo lane with guardians, like, it's the epitome of slapfest.
And as soon as they get an item on, there's no bother coming over there.
Yep, the double Chiron's coin coming out of both mid laners. Super standard start there. Athena going for the Spear of the Magus to try and get some of that bonus damage early on. We'll see how that works out for her.
When I did Athena jungle, when she got the damage on the 2, I went Desolfer just to get that initial 10% CDR down.
Yeah, and that's generally what you see, something to the CDR effect.
Yeah.
But I mean, some lifesteal's gonna give her better sustainability, and that buff. She's looking less to kill the person and more to have her ganking partner get that increased damage buff while she sits there and uses her tank skills of taunt and the initial dash. Good freeze and a great Yamoja all coming out here to
And a
wall
great Cupid as well.
And that right there is gonna be the combo.
Yeah. That's so backdash though.
As that will now be a free Scorpion in the way of little Noms. Because not only does that Yamoja ult block people, it also blocks auto attacks.
Yeah, it makes for a very rough time.
Especially in the jungle. When there's all those walls to combo it off of, you're sectioning off a great portion of that jungle right there just by throwing those walls up in a good position.
Yeah,
we see a Heart Ward rush coming out of the Yamoja versus a generic Gauntlet Stomp out of the Ymir.
Look how many.
Ooh, Tusky.
Oh,
Tusky will catch that dash, and that will be the end.
You know what hurts more than getting Cupid ulted? Tusky.
yeah.
It does. But I mean, we also see that like the MP5 that she would get actually gets turned into HP5. So.
Yeah. It's very much like Colin passive.
Right, there will be a lot of health regeneration on top of just the base healing capable out of the Shimoja.
But you also got to think there's 4 magical on the side of Fury.
Right, it just makes sense, honestly. Like, the Gauntlet pickup is good, but not first when that Heart Ward is just going to give so much to the rest of the team.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, there's a Void Stone picked up, so, you know, that little trying to negate some of those magical procs that they're going to be picking up early on.
Right, but a Void Stone is a 10% which isn't as good early game, especially against the lower end. The beats coming out. Oh, but the Yana Snipe does connect the Tsukuyomi ult. And once again, I like to talk about that displacement. That's a great Yamoja bounce back. Wouldn't have been needed because that Tsukuyomi ult had connected, but still just seals her fate as the 4-man rotation to duo lane.
Yeah. And what Furies needs to do is protect this Artemis. Like, she needs to carry this late game.
Mr. President, we got you, sir.
Honestly, I would actually like to see the Scylla build a lot of pen here and just do true damage to all of these frontliners.
Well, yeah, because you know, Scylla passive. Well, not
right,
passive,
we see
but
the Crush will come out.
Zulu did rotate over for this.
Oh, I would hope so. The Sobek is here. That is a large Cthulhu wall. Look at me, everyone. Knocking up the Ymir. He actually might pick up the Ymir there, as his team is forced to retreat in the back, though.
But, I was gonna say...
There it is!
At what cost? At what cost, Mr. President?
Yellowjin tried to pull out his genetics.
Almost had a beautiful wall there. Could have saved his life, but, you know,
honestly, like, we saw this Gold Fury be started by the Luna Noms. Now Fury picked it up. A good Tusky coming out, and that will kill the Yamoja. Cupid has to get out of there. Flanked by Tsukuyomi to help peel him out. He's gonna ult through. They are looking to re-engage here. That Tsukuyomi ult just does so much damage.
Oh, yeah.
And now the Cupid ult comes down, trapping the remaining players of Fury, giving a triple kill the way of Tsukuyomi.
Should have gone for the Quadra.
Honestly, if I'm them, I am now calling Gold Fury once again.
Yep.
There they go, start making their way. You have a healthy Cthulhu to tank it. You have your Cupid there, your Assassin there to do damage.
I will say their Assassin is very low.
That he is. As Yellowjin using his presence. The Athena ult, they are trying to burst it down, but that Giannis ult will not be enough to secure. Those global rotational abilities are nothing to be scoffed at, as I don't think either team will be able to get the Gold Fury here.
Not with the HP bars they have now.
No, this has been a Gold Fury fight for at least 3 minutes now.
That is correct. Honestly, that was the best play Yellowjin could have made there. Even though it cost him his life, that's a win. You stop the Gold Fury from going to Little Noms.
I don't think the Little Noms expected that play out of that Yellowjin, you know? The way they was like, oh.
Lots of gumption there. I appreciate what he did there. Then the Athena ult following it up really secured the back off.
Yeah, because...
They did manage to pull the Thulu ult as well, so that's going to be a big team fight. Ult down for at least a little bit, allowing some semblance of freedom.
And a great Sun to pick up for the Sobek just for that Cthulhu.
Oh, for
If
sure.
If I was this Sobek, if I was Atticus, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna upgrade this ASAP, Rocky, so we can get that Cthulhu down like immediately in 2
You see
fights.
a very early Pride one coming out of the Athena here. Gives minimal protections, gives a lot of CDR, 20%, and then you do get that Hell Shield after you ult, which for Athena works out really well because every time you want to go to a fight, generally you're going to be ulting into said fight. So
Yeah.
you'll get to start it with that shield.
Don't God all day.
Honestly, I will say Athena is one of the only Guardians I ever build Pridwin on anymore.
If Pridwin would work on Fafnir's transformation, I'll be fine with it. But it's his D transformation it procs on.
Well, I mean, half the time when you're D-transforming, you're in a sticky wicket, so I like the shield on the D-transformation instead of the
It's like
transformation.
you really got to keep on top of that timer because otherwise it could drop you in the middle of a team fight in a terrible spot. Once again, the Athena ulting back in, looking to dash in and potentially taunt 3 members.
But the Cupid ult is dropped down.
Ymir's gonna get secure and little Noms.
The Cupid
To get it.
the Cupid ult secured that for them.
I am very surprised that the Ymir ultimate there didn't take that Gold Fury.
But for having a Gold Fury, look at the graphs.
3. It was 3 gold. Now it's 30. Well, under 100.
Yeah.
And fight.
It's some farm at that point. It's not even
Soldiers
an
Yeah.
item.
assemble.
It's a pot. It's a ward.
No, it's not even that.
It's the correct sharing of benevolence gold at any given camp.
But this, I was gonna say this Cthulhu is pushed up, but somehow he did notice that they were coming for him.
Yeah, if you look though, Cthulhu has a lot of magic defense right now. I mean, honestly, the ult there wasn't even necessary.
No, but that's
one of those thunder stacks.
that is a free ult out though.
That is true, but just looking at his build, he has so much magic defense online already. If the Artemis isn't there, he really doesn't have to be afraid.
But this Artemis is gonna get caught out though.
I don't know
With
when
3
caught out is the correct term because she's
I
already
think
out of that.
she heard him, she backed off. That was a smart call.
Well, she did get, portaled and
Only
had
half
Giannis. Yeah, only Giannis is, doing half of your life
Something
already.
I haven't seen a lot of people pick up that I really like personally is we see 2 warding chalices come out of the way of little Noms pretty relatively early in the game.
If you forget
That's
the
gonna
ward,
give them
that's
a
big
large ward advantage if they utilize that item correctly. And especially in fights is where it really shines because it doesn't penalize you for just throwing wards just to win one fight because you're gonna back afterwards and you're gonna have those wards to place for your next engagement.
Yeah, compared to you going back every single time. Oh, I need to go
Exactly.
buy some wars. There's 100 gold wasted.
Exactly.
Turn and
And
fight.
Hey, I do buy wards. Yes, I do.
Oh, we see the emoji bounce back, grabs the Athena, but half of that ultimate is in the wall itself. As she will now ult to the Artemis just to get out of dodge. Giannis through space and time after her, maybe in hopes of picking up a cheeky kill.
But the Cthulhu did rotate and the Scylla ult does come out and miss. But Sobek did get put down by this low health Tsukiyomi. This is a turned
I
fight.
challenge
That
you.
is the dash at Asilla Cthulhu ult coming out. It's going to be a lot of large knockups here as he is tanking this tower. And you got to remember, these Guardians don't have physical defense. So
Nope.
these towers will be doing a lot of damage to them.
At this point, it's true damage.
Yes. And
I'm just saying, but look at the money efficiency. How many wards are in the Fury's inventory right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 regular wards at 50 apiece, 200, then those 150 sentries. Little Noms, just cost efficient with those 2 chalices already.
I will say Cupid is sitting on a healthy stockpile of money.
that's enough to get a T2 bow. Oh no, he's going into an early kind.
Well, no,
Potentially
he's
an
a
Aussie?
Cody bow. I would hope it's an Aussie. And what's interesting about Cupid is he technically has this.
Yes.
Yes,
But
he
it's-
does, but it's his mobility, so he's not gonna use it as most generally would. Honestly, I think he might be pulling the early kins and just using his hearts as his sustain.
Maybe.
I would use this as but this Artemis did get caught out. They
Ooh,
Dusty comes out.
for the
Oh, good try. It's not gonna be enough, as you gotta remember he does get that ranged auto after all of his abilities.
That is one thing you always hate about Asuki is, you know, you go from, hey, I'm fine, he dropped Keltrops, to I am not fine, he has a range auto now.
yeah, it's that range auto.
Oh,
It hurts.
Also, it deals bonus physical damage. Didn't know. So it hurts even more.
Yep.
And you remember that low health Suki?
Yep.
well, hell, does the Tsukuyomi have a Hydrus?
Should have a Hydrus.
Yeah, that would explain the predominance of that damage. Through space and time to mobilize his team around this fight, probably catch out Yellowjin on the Severe, as he will go down to the Tsukuyomi.
And
Cthulhu, once again in the middle of the backline, just knocking people up, making them uncomfortable.
And dangerous.
And the Sobek now will go down here. If I am little Noms, T2, then Fire Giant.
again, yeah, because wait, hold on.
Kelly's starting to hit numbers,
My blessing for you.
but is it enough numbers? Can they do Fire Giant with the people they have?
No, no.
I think with the sustain they can do it, but it'd be a
They
longer
actually
fight.
could, but with the contest coming out of Ymir and Artemis, Gold Fury is the right call here.
Yeah,
It'll make the next Fire Giant easier.
yeah, and they can contest this, but if I was Fury, I won't contest this.
If I'm Fury, I know that Yanasol is still down. Like, we have the perfect ability to contest here. Your Mojo ult's down.
And
Husky is up, and little Nom's still able to secure this Gold Fury. Your Mojo will fall, though.
Maybe a little delayed on that Husky, you know, maybe Telly was thinking.
Yeah, maybe a second sooner they actually might have had it if it would have hit that Yamoja, then been able to jump to the Giannis, who probably
And-
ended up actually securing it.
Telly is
Or the Cupid.
about a level ahead, I'd say right now. Yeah, he's about a level.
Yep.
Even from getting gold furies and objectives, it's not as far of a goldies as it could be comparatively.
But if you look at the kill participation that Tel has been part of compared to the Cupid, oh wait, hold on.
8 versus 13.
Yeah, Yumoja's been part of 11. Yanis has been part of 12, and Yanis has been just drop shipping Yumoja across the map.
He's been drop shipping this Tsukuyomi around the map.
Right, and that
dropship?
Tsukuyomi has just been getting fantastic positioning in these fights and able to pick off all the low members.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think he needs to hit a low health member when he dives in. I think he could.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hi.
he is definitely at that point. A full HP member will be
Sufficient.
in a scary situation. We do see Pridewind picked up out of the Yamoja. Get her some of that CDR, which doesn't actually affect Omi anymore.
No, only affects her cooldown on her ult, and that's it. She's probably going to go into a Witchblade next. Yeah.
Just for the Artemis?
No, Witchblade, Wingblade.
Wingblade would make sense. Maybe
Yeah.
even a Relic Dagger?
I think a relic dagger would be more worth, just because she does have the upgraded Sunder.
Right, and they do have 3 tanks on the side of Fury. Like, that is a solid, beefy roster for their front line.
I call
Yeah,
it
because
big brain.
this Athena is not gone straight damage. She's gone a tank. She wants to, be in that backline disrupting, try and get
She
beads.
can do decent damage. Her abilities aren't just gonna tickle you; they're gonna hurt some. And then she's gonna capitalize off of her base protections, build some additional ones, and maximize the use of her block stacks to just be in your face. Great taunt coming out, and little Noms gets the pyro as well.
But on the back end of a 2-for-1, there was 3 ults used to secure that. Well, it was a 3-for-3 ult and a 2-for-1.
Let's go faster, shall we?
I would
With
say that's
objective, let's look at the gold. Let's look at that gold in the XP. See where it went.
I think it went in favor of the Fury.
Yeah,
because
it
they pulled
did.
off
Just
important
because they were
numbers.
just that far behind that those 2 kills were actually more financially relevant than the objective itself.
Yep, because they took out. Well, they took out the 2 frontliners.
The 2 frontliners
Which
are ahead though, so you got to keep that in mind. It may be a beefcake and a beefcake, but it's an ahead beefcake.
Yeah.
An ahead person is still free gold.
We
and
see
free
a
XP if you kill them.
very late tyrannical plate helm come out of the Cthulhu right there. I don't see why he would pick that up in that slot. He's already well into his build. He didn't need to rush it.
No.
And it's just an Artemis, and that's the item you pick.
Maybe it's to help with maybe some sieging of towers, because you know the passive on it maybe is what he's going for.
Eventually, that is a questionable pickup in my book.
I don't see it picked up enough to really say whether or not.
I've only seen it picked up first item on Guardians in the solo lane when they're fighting warriors.
Yeah.
Through space and time was not gonna connect with anyone as a Cthulhu was now in the backline, just shearing havoc, knocking up the Scylla, knocking up that Artemis. They have spread. Scylla's by herself. If I'm calling the Scylla dive here.
Yeah.
But the amount of damage she's putting out is immense. As Artemis comes in and just annihilates the Cthulhu.
That's the
But
problem
remember,
with
she
the-
does still have Tusk, so if
Yes,
Noms-
that is not going to be enough to stop this Artemis from eating you. That Artemis has kin. She has animosity finished now.
Yeah, so she's just gonna be going straight through your health with almost true damage.
Tsukiyomi now has that Mannequin's Blade finished. So that first auto is going to be even more brutal.
Yeah. I mean, you see, they did pick up this Fire Giant, and because they took Primal before they went to Fire Giant, it's so much easier to execute.
That it
But
is.
it's only on 3 members.
But it's on.
It's a late game ADC who, interestingly enough, is going to pick up his own Void Shield here. What the hell?
I think he's looking to dash aggressively.
I hope not.
If he does dash aggressively, he is going to get punished on that.
Right, with 3 Guardians, the amount of CC you are just willingly endangering yourself to is immense.
Because now, since hunters cannot pick up,
Or the probable play is he has 3 Guardians that will be in his face. That is a close range AoE pen item.
Or he's looking to get a little more out of this animosity.
How much HP does that give?
150
150.
plus 400, so he has.
Honestly, but if I'm him though, I just would have built a Frostbound there.
yes.
You're I think it does affect autos anyway, so.
Yes, it does.
Also, even
Because-
for getting a Gold Fury and a Fire Giant, they're not like drastic swings.
No.
And
The Fury have to play defensive now. Like, you gave up, honestly, their 5-man group over on this left-hand side. I would just give up this T2 as well.
I
Definitely give it the T2. What I want to see is them bait this Yamoja ult out. When that goes down, the Cthulhu ult isn't nearly as much of a hindrance now that Artemis is full build. She
Yeah.
will just annihilate this Cthulhu if he comes anywhere near her.
Yeah, if this Cthulhu does go into this Artemis, he's dead. Like, he's straight up dead. Especially if Sobek or Ymir can get his Sunder up on him. He's just straight up.
We see Frieza
brace
stick him down. I'm calling the engage. the ultimate coming out of Scylla, but onto 2 tanks, it's just not going to do as much. And here's
No.
that Yamojo I was talking about. She has split the battlefield in half as Athena has to ult back to her team. Is that a 2 space in time? No, it's
He
just a
already
generic
used his
portal.
ult.
My blessing, many waters.
Right, but you can see how Yamoja is able to sustain her team through these fights. Oh no, Tsukiyomi's tanking, but he'll be alright with the hearts that come out, with the auto attacks from Yamoja, and the 2 out of Yamoja, healing
My
her whole
blessing
team
for
in the
you.
process.
Yeah.
Like, they're in position to once again siege this Phoenix, and now that 2 members of Fury are down, they are going to be in a great position to do so.
I feel like this Scylla's not hitting as hard as she can right
Honestly, but look right there, that's a Sikkim, half HP.
And that half HP resulted in a kill.
There it is.
Many waters.
So this hill is doing a lot of damage in these fights. It's just they have so much defense or HP on deck and front line
now. Yeah.
that it's
I
hard to
would-
get the targets you need.
Yeah, she needs to sell that benevolence just to get Soul Reaver so she can.
Right, and I foresee that that's coming here any minute now. Yep, and there she is. She backs to the well. Probably gonna get a tier 2.
Oh,
no, was
no.
able to buy the full Soul Reaver right out.
Oh,
That's gonna
Oh,
do
great. What a great wall. And bees did have to be used on the Cthulhu, and Cthulhu is at heart.
Oh, that's up even bigger.
Oh, yeah. Like we said, if Cupid dashed in aggressively, he is going to get.
happen to him every time. The Emoja ult once again sanctioning up.
Well, but this Amma monster does connect, and she did get the reset, but she's not going to be able to do anything to the Athena ult. does
Ulting
come out.
back in. If I'm Fury, do we go for middle Phoenix here?
Yes, if I was them, I'm saying, hey guys, 2 of them are down.
Right. They have
we
plenty of
easily-
people to tank this. Where is the Giannis?
Turn and
Right there.
Oh no, the Giannis missing the space and time, getting immediately taunted and frozen by these Guardians. The Cthulhu though will scare off the damage and all their ability to take this Phoenix. But with Giannis down, they have free backdoor protections now as the minion wave has arrived, and that mid Phoenix goes down.
That was played beautifully by the Fury side there.
Your Titan is under attack.
I would have liked to see a little bit better communication come out the way of Little Noms. You know you had that Giannis, and his only goal in life is to kill that Artemis. So maybe wait for a bounce, maybe wait for the stun, or even a slow to come out of this Yamoja before you fire that from space and time.
Let's go faster.
As opposed to try to just freehand it. The I'm a monster just misses 3 people right there.
That was an error.
Honestly, I feel like she didn't want to go and tie that Yamoja ult. So she shot it from the edge and just was not close enough.
And that is not what you want to see. Keep the knock up there.
No, it's not. If I'm them.
Do you think this is a call?
They don't have I'm a monster for secure. And Giannis ult is already back up. I mean, honestly, if I'm them, I bait them. I bait this fight. Bait
turn and
Fury
fight.
to come in deeper than they want to go. And use the through space and time to position yourself behind them as they retreat.
Yep. And this is EFG, so it definitely, whoever gets this might end up just taking the game here because of what EFG gives.
Correct, but you also got to know the Little Noms now have a fire wave pushing down their front door.
They gotta worry about a fire giant and fire waves to really.
Right, and Giannis is the best person to send off to go do this. He could be back in that fight within seconds if need be.
That's a big pick.
As Athena does go down on the side of Fury. That is not what you want to see here.
We both know we come to this.
Oh yes, that was an inevitability.
And they have, I believe, started it up once again. But it's a bait.
It is a bait. Now that Emojo, the Sobek is trapped there in the back with the Cupid just pegging away at him. Oh no, and we see members of Fury are falling left and right from just the furious onslaught of Little Noms. That Cthulhu ult, it's hard to get away from. That gigantic knockup will slow you down and you can only beat it one time.
Yeah.
Those 1 second bounces that you're in the air give give the rest of their team enough time to catch up to you and get in position to make sure you don't get away.
I still don't
My
think
blessing
they
to
can go
you.
gold or not gold fair. Giannis is over here.
See, was he in that fight at all? I think he was in mid the whole time, just clearing waves.
Yeah. He I believe he was. You know, if I'm Lil Noms the shot caller, I say, hey, let's take this and then go for fire. You know, we can secure it easier this way.
Right, and I mean, if we warded up fair enough, Giannis could ult us in if they started.
Exactly. Like, they do have a ward here and here, so they know that something could happen. So I think the play is go for Primal Fury, and then if they try it, just ult. Because he does have ult, so he can at least get to, I'd say, about here. I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I know 800 units, I think. Or 1,000 units.
Either which way, it's a long way.
Let's go faster,
Okay.
shall we?
Greater than 800 is when it scales to 100%.
And now the
Dashes aggressively in.
Athena once again is gonna get popped in that backline. The Tusky comes out, Yamoja dangerously low.
But on the opposite end of the spectrum. Ooh, the Scylla zoning crush.
Just look at this huge speed though. With the gigantic Cthulhu just in the way with the constant healing from Cupid, it will allow this Cupid to take out the majority of Fury.
but they are calling for game right now.
That they would be. If I am Fury, it comes to the defense of time. And I pray that those minions are able to do enough damage to scare one of Little Noms back to the base.
Don't step up. Don't step up. You're gonna die here. Cthulhu does have to go back. And Artemis is alone for an additional 12 minutes.
Honestly, that's great. That is completely fine. Taking back that other large frontliner, who was actually more healthy, I believe, at the start of that than the Umoja was.
Yes.
Just to take care of those fire minions is a win. Now you have 2 down Phoenixes, both in mid, that will stall each other out. Because we did see that mid Phoenix did go down to those fire minions, so I missed that fight. Fire Giant didn't get taken. Honestly, this was kind of a stalemate trade-off. You lost 4 people, and all you did was lose 1 Phoenix. Didn't even lose the EFG.
And gold and XP doesn't matter now.
Yep, everybody's level 20 or about to be. You see that Yellow Jin is at 19. Soon to be 20.
But he is full built though.
That he is. You see, he picks up that ethereal staff. Now, when he hits an ability on this ulting Cthulhu, he's gonna get himself 500 extra health for free.
And the thing is though, if Cupid does say, hey, I'm gonna dash in aggressively, I'm looking at their support.
He actually has more HP than a Cthulhu right now. So.
Yeah, look at it.
He's
4,000. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is a big boy. All you gotta do is hit that Yamoja, hit that Cthulhu, and you're just sitting pretty at 4k HP. Sobek goes down, a good Cupid all coming down. They are gonna, their Yellow Jin will go down inside this Yamoja
Killing spree.
as the Yamoja bounce back, grabbing the enemy and teammates alike. I'm calling Fire Giant if I'm Little Noms.
Yes, this should be a free FG, but you do have to be worried about this Scylla, but she's too
He's
far
not
back.
going to, yeah.
No.
They realize they're not in position to effectively steal. And they still have that Giannis who will cut off any escape you try to make happen for steal. At this point, even if you steal, if you die for it, that's not worth.
I know.
You stop
Tusk-
one thing for a second and then you die.
Yeah, Tusky is up low on this defense though, but since it's EFG, this Phoenix is gonna go down quicker than anything.
Right. And the Athena can't effectively use her ultimate here. She has to frontline for these 2 carries.
Yeah, but she only has to wait only a few more seconds.
Atticus comes back up. That may be the saving grace this team needs at the current.
Honestly, I don't know what they're waiting for.
They should have just
So
gone.
Blink Blood grabs the emoji, but she will use her bounce to take herself right back out of that flood.
But this Kins is just destroying this
Yeah,
the,
the
the
Yomojo. Oh, do we see Artemis caught in there? As Athena goes down,
You know what I would have loved to see? on this
Phoenix
arc?
goes down. What?
Maybe instead of. Oh my.
oh, but the Erdy Bird will
Double kill.
This is.
Scylla does beats
Shut
there.
down.
Is that a stun? That is not a stun. Ymir needs to be careful here.
That honestly, I'm calling worth on that Phoenix defense. Yes, you lost your Phoenix, but you're still in the game.
yeah. I was gonna say
Hey,
they do have
That's still a
remember.
Phoenix down though. So
Yeah.
Little Nom still has the overall advantage after the end of this fight.
Yep. Cupid getting frozen there, and Scylla, if Cupid is caught out, can delete his HP bomb.
Well, that is for sure, but like you gotta know that mages even at this point in the game are doing 200 in auto to those Phoenixes, and with the backdoor shred and EFG on him, left Phoenix down. This is 3 Phoenixes down.
What is Cupid?
Oh,
doing?
Cupid!
Oh, I'm a
Cupid!
monster.
Cupid, what are you doing? Being greedy.
Very greedy. Scylla will turn him into a nice baby-sized snack, but I think mid Phoenix might go down to archers here.
No.
Nope.
Scylla? Scylla has to clear this wave before it even touches anything.
But there's another wave coming though as well.
I think they have enough members up now that they'll be able to keep that mid up as long as Giannis doesn't try any sneaky portaling.
This
Hey,
is
if
a
I was
Giannis
honest, I would
player,
do-
so you know sneaky portaling is on the menu.
Sneaking portaling is definitely on the menu. We see Tsukiyomi now has a 3k pot. Cupid now has a 3k pot. Scylla just consumed a 3k pot.
I believe Artemis has more gold than Scylla, so let's check. Let's go to net
Take
worth.
us to the charts.
Net worth, Jimmy.
The Giannis has also money.
Giannis is rich.
Here in the land of money.
Money, 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 money.
We call him Moneybags.
I mean, it is a great strategic advantage when you can minimize transportation costs through walls.
Yeah.
It really is, because you save that millisecond of time of farming.
Exactly, and those add up as the game goes.
That 1 millisecond turns into 1 minute.
1 minute of money.
But if you was little Noms right now, what is your game plan?
If I'm little Noms right now, I just barrel down mid lane. They're gonna grab those minions. That's a good call.
But they're gonna have.
Ymir, no, what are you doing? I'm ult Ymir Giannis. Ult Ymir Giannis. Don't let him get away. This is the This is the pick they need to just end the game. This all ults expended here is worth. And Yellow Jim will go down. What was he doing out there, ladies and gentlemen? That was a disastrous call by the way of Fury. I don't know what he was thinking. They are now 4v5. 2 Phoenixes down.
But with only minions coming as well, and 2 EF.
He is taking a lot of damage from that Artemis though. Already half HP. Mojo will keep her team sustained up via those autos.
The one thing I will say is the fact that they have like itemized into a mostly magical team comp, it lets this Artemis just sling on it.
Right.
Yes. Because of most magical items do have HP with them.
That they do.
Honestly,
So
Crush coming out, not doing a whole lot to Emoji, but if that would have cut any of the carries, it would have hurt. A 3 taunt. I'm a monster, destroying the Cupid who dashes into Crush and will go down. Traded for Scylla. Oh no.
No.
Your
This
raid boss has gone down, and it is now up to Scylla to try and hold off all of these Oni fire waves. Plus,
this game.
Great Emoji. Oh, this will be game. Yellowjin has risen though, and he will ult to try and pull him off, but it's not enough. With all of those fire minions in there, and the greater part of Little Noms, we will see game 2 go the way of Little Noms.
honestly, I think maybe selling the Atlans would have probably been more worth than selling the Animosity. The Animosity was hitting hard.
Honestly, I didn't really like that Void Shield pickup. That was out of left field. I mean, he still
50K.
did immeasurable amounts of damage. Most in the game, actually.
Not by too much though.
She was definitely on him.
It was a lot of damage on both sides.
Kins versus 3 tanks, ladies and gentlemen.
Kins versus beef. Honestly, I think, you know, maybe if I'm the Furies, I think about some team synergies, or maybe get some more practices.
If I'm the Furies, I think about buying something that's not Sunder. Get some team relics in there. That Yamoja ult was disastrous at every point in the game, and we did not see a Phantom picked up.
Maybe instead of a Sunder or a Blink, a Phantom.
Yeah, just
or
like
a Blink
you
Phantom.
Yeah, you got 3 tanks, you got 3 Blinks. I get it, but at some point you gotta help the team out more. You saw that engage wasn't your problem. You have plenty of people to do that. Keeping your backline aligned was a problem. Getting caught in those gigantic ultimates was an issue.
That Yamoja just disrupted everything. Like, it was Yamoja ult into Cupid ult into a Cthulhu. Like, what do you do?
Yeah, that's a bad day.
We want player of the set though. You know what? I don't even. I think the player of the set was Telly. I could maybe. I'm torn between Pabs and Telly. I will say.
Really?
I think
I actually liked what this Cthulhu was doing the whole time. I mean, he went to the backline every time and was just knocking them around.
Yes.
While we saw Athena getting picked up, while we saw Yellowjin getting picked up.
But
just
without
because
that Yamoja, would he have been able to do that as effectively?
I mean, maybe. Any other Guardian would have pretty much put him in the same situation.
That is true, but that Yamoja sealed the
Yeah,
fate
that's
of
what I'm.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I think Pabs, but Telly on the other side just did work. He was the win condition.
Yeah, but I don't feel like being the win condition gives you the right to set MVP.
No. I think I'm saying game MVP is Telly.
You game MVP's Telly, but set
MVP I think is Pabs.
Yes. He was doing his job of.
Yeah, definitely very key on the Yamoja. Great, a lot of good positioned ultimates, a lot of great displacement bounces, keeping his team sustained up, not running out of Omi. Great Omi management is another good part of being a fantastic Yamoja.
He had his eye on his Omi the entire time.
Oh, for sure. There wasn't a point where I was like, oh, if you just would have healed him right there, they would have lived.
Yeah.
He was maintaining that very well.
Yeah. The 25 kill peg leg in both games, because you wouldn't have been able to get those 25 kills without Pabs.
No, definitely not.
I'm just saying.
I go with Pabs MVP.
I think Pabs MVP.
I'll consent to that.
I thought you were saying I'll drink to
that. Not on a work night, ladies and gentlemen.
Y'all don't respect me. It's not about not respecting. It's about the fact that your support sets your team up for everything.
Yeah, don't sleep on supports.
Nope.
He just like him and Tubby were like just disruption. That is just.
Honestly, if they're ensuing that much chaos into an enemy's backline, like that just lets their backline free cast.
Yes.
Correct.
And a free casting Cupid with an ult. It's not something to scoff at.
Well, you see how much damage he did.
Yeah. I don't think holding down left click deserves MVP, guys.
It does.
No.
Holding down left click does.
Don't you ever try that again, Chaos.
Hey, I'm a left click warrior. Thank you very much.
And it shows.
Yes.
I will tell you though, in game 2 did show up, so I think he did perform well game 2. But Pabs just showed up overall. Sunder is best relic apparently in this game.
But I wholeheartedly disagree with that. But
Med best relic in the game. Don't at me.
Honestly, like
No, this is gonna be
A good-
blasphemy.
A good mid.
But Aegis best relic in the game if you know how to use it.
I mean, if we're gonna be 100% honest, Beads best relic in the game. No cap. Give me Beads when it reduced cooldowns by 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Best relic in the game.
Yeah, I think on carries the best relic on the game is Beads and Aegis, you know?
Generally speaking, yeah. If you could get away without getting an Aegis, get a team active, that's what you want to see him do. But in games like this, like against Oscilla, oof, Aegis is going to be your best friend. The last thing you need is to get Ammo Monstered for your whole health bar and be out of the fight before it starts.
Peglick.
Definitely happened to him once or twice. Maybe not the start of the fight, but at the end of the fight when he was like, I'm big and balling, she's like, hey, eat this.
No, you're not.
I'll show you big. Get over here.
It's funny because I can actually imagine that going through in the game. But I think that'll be all. Any last words, folks? Gentlemen?
No, I'm good. Y'all have a great night.